First, I started off absolutely nothing. If you go back and look at some of my previous videos from when I first started, it was terrible. The quality was terrible. The audio was terrible. The background was terrible. It just all was bad. But I started somewhere and I built. But I have a much larger subscriber base than a lot of people whose pages I see doing better than mine. And that's because they stayed consistent. I would be off on my other platforms creating content, TikTok, Instagram. Welcome back to Young Black and Wealthy. My name is Anwar Khalid, founder of Young Black and Wealthy, YBW Media, which is well known on Instagram, TikTok, and soon to be YouTube. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about my content creation journey on YouTube, how it's been going, and why you should keep going. First of all, let me give you guys a little background. I am 42. I'll be 43 in a couple of days, even though it says on the thumbnail 40. And I started doing content creation maybe about 4.5, 5 years ago. Started off on Instagram, building Young Black and Wealthy up. Young Black and Wealthy started as a stock group on Facebook where me and a few other people were teaching people in the Black community and other communities of color how to invest in the stock market. And so I said, well, you know what? We're going to take our talents onto Instagram, which we did. And the group, first of all, the group that we had on Facebook had about 4,000 people in it. And so I kind of used that group to leverage building Young Black and Wealthy on other platforms since we already had a base there. So I started a Facebook like page along with the Instagram page. And I started off breaking down how to look at the financial statements, how to value companies. I would do little cards with all the information on just all different aspects of the company's financial statement. And so we were getting a little traction. Some people really loved it. I thought that it was what I wanted to do full time, teaching people about investing, which we still do. But that whole lane started to get a little bit gimmicky and crazy. And it was like it became a competition. We know the stock market fluctuates up and down. Companies do well. We have economic situations that come up that cause companies to move and cause the broader stock market to move up or down. And it just wasn't, I ended up finding out it just wasn't for me. I ain't really want to do that as far as building Young Black and Wealthy. So what I did was I started talking about other issues because I really realized that in our community, the Black community, that we had other issues that affected us as it relates to our finances. It was not just financial literacy, but it was other issues like the breakdown of our families, fatherless, single parent homes, with crime, and the root of all of those things. And so on Young Black and Wealthy, we started putting out content about those issues. I started recording videos for myself about those issues. And so the page started taking off after that. Like, I think we probably hit our first 10,000 followers on Instagram that first year. And I don't want to go on too long with this particular subject, y'all, but this is how we actually started. We hit 10,000 and then it just exploded, y'all. I'm talking about I'm consistently posting. And listen to that word consistency, because that's going to be the main factor for every platform you post on, consistency. So I started getting up early, starting out early in the day, 5, 6 in the morning, posting, getting to the news feed faster than everybody else. And our page just went off. I'm talking about we went to 20,000. We really jumped from, I would say, 40,000 to 70,000 in 1 month. We did 30 something thousand followers in 1 month. It just was moving. And so ultimately we end up getting to up to 223,000 followers before our page got taken down. We was dropping so many truth bombs. Meta during all of this COVID time, the pandemic, they were just really sensitive about all type of information. We started getting violations very easily, like a lot of pages did, and they end up taking our page down, sadly. I rebuilt it. It's almost back at 40,000, and I've done that within some months, maybe about 6 months, from 11 followers to 60, almost 40,000. Same thing happened with our TikTok. Built the TikTok page up to 76,000 really, really quick. And then end up getting some violations, getting it taken down, which I'm probably going to do a video about that too, talking about getting violations and being careful about what you say, copywriting, all type of stuff. And so, because I do, obviously I do have that type of experience. So I got that page taken down. I've rebuilt that to 20,000. I went viral on almost every platform. I went viral on TikTok. I've been viral on Instagram. I've been viral on Facebook, viral on Twitter. So the first place that I went viral on was Facebook, and then Instagram so many times. Like, we probably put a post up that goes viral like once a month now on Instagram. It's so easy. I'm going to do a video on how to blow your Instagram up. It's just, I mastered Instagram's algorithm. So yeah, so it's it's really, really easy. But I said, you know what? It's time for us to get on YouTube. So I've been battling with YouTube because YouTube is a different animal. It's long form content. It's editing. It's thumbnails. It's SEO. It's all of these different things, all of these different factors. And it's like, it's a lot. I gotta really sit down and get my audio and all of this, which most of the time we overthink. Overthinking is a big part of it. And it is more of a challenge than running TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, in my humble opinion, because I've worked on all of them, including Twitter, and Snapchat. So it's just a lot. It's a lot more work, but it's doable. And so I've been on this journey to try to really get my YouTube page going. Currently, we have 17,700 and I believe 19,000 subscribers. Just recently started really getting some traction on the videos in the last few weeks. And the reason why, this is the big part right here, y'all. The reason why I started getting traction on these videos is because I started becoming consistent on the platform. And so what I did was I started posting every day, or at least, if not every day, at least 5 times a week. I'm getting 5 days out the week that I'm posting a video. Every day I'm usually dropping it within the same time frame, which does not matter, because people have you thinking about all of this stuff. We're going to talk about that in a second, though. So I became consistent in posting long form content. Many of those subscribers that I had built previously came from YouTube Shorts. But subscribers, we're finding out, don't really matter as much as creating quality content. And when I say quality, I don't mean the best looking content, but also just using keywords and just focusing in on things that are other small things that are important. Being not small things, because the consistency part is the major part. So, once I started doing that, dropping content consistently on the platform, working on my thumbnails, because thumbnails are really important, I started getting traction. Like, every now and then I would get 1,000 views and I'd be like, daggone. And I still do have videos that fall short. But now I'm consistently getting 1,000, 2,000. The other day we did 12,000 views. That was our biggest view. 5,000, which that's probably minor to a lot of people, but from a person who's just started being consistent, that's good. We are not yet monetized. We are on the cusp, right on the cusp of being monetized. We're at about 20, close to 2,500. So we got 500 more watch hours. We'll probably have that by the end of this week, beginning of next week, and we should be in the YouTube partner program. And the thing about it is, I watched a ton of videos, just like, man, what should I do? Posting at the right time, um, you know, all of this other file names and all of this, just making sure everything is perfect, and watching all of these videos talking about all of these different ways to get your YouTube page bussing, to get your views up, to build your subscribers. And really, to be honest with you, the only thing that I needed to do was to become consistent on the platform. That was 75% of it. 75% of it. The other 25% was really probably focusing on keyword research. So 75% consistency, not worrying about what time of the day we post, but 75% consistency, 25% keyword research. So, because I was already pretty decent at the thumbnails, even though I hate doing them, but I'm still pretty decent at it. So, what I mean by keyword research, so just before one video, let me say this because this is going to go with that. One video that I realized that I was actually valuable. They were saying, stop creating the video, then doing the thumbnail, then doing the keyword research or SEO SEO, which is search engine optimization. Start doing it in reverse, to where you go do your research first, do your thumbnail, then your video. That really helped. That's a fact. That's true. And so what I would do is, like, when I get an idea, I just go start searching YouTube. I start searching Google, and I start looking for similar content, and I start searching through that content's titles. I start searching through that content's descriptions, the hashtags. And what I do is I use some of those keywords, maybe create a similar title by using those keywords, similar description. And so what that does is that helps YouTube pull my content into its proper position, so that it could actually have people who watch the content that I'm putting out. So that's major. Making sure that you look at stuff that's already been created, so that you can optimize your content so that it can be placed in the right place, which is placing it in front of viewers who are actually interested in your content, who previously watched content that was similar. And so, yeah, that's like the major factors to me. It's just consistency and making sure that I do some research before actually doing my video. I kind of go off the top of the head for the most part. I don't do, I rarely do, well, I don't do scripting at all, but I will write down some ideas based upon my keyword searches to talk about, excuse me, to talk about doing my videos. Like, just to kind of maybe plan in my head sometimes what I want to say, or to make sure that I don't miss any points that I thought of previously that were good ideas. I'll write those down on a sheet of paper or put them in my notes. And then I just, I'll go and record the video. But the thing is, you have to get over these things. You have to get over the fact that you don't have everything that a big content creator has. You don't have their subscriber base. You don't have the equipment that they have, which you don't need. You don't have, you don't have the experience that they have. you don't have, you know, obviously a great camera. You see what I'm saying? These super fans, these supporters that they have, but they started out in the same place that you did. So it's not, you don't have the studio. Like I got a little small studio I built, but at first I started out with absolutely nothing. If you go back and look at some of my previous videos from when I first started, it was terrible. The quality was terrible. The audio was terrible. The background was terrible. It just all was bad. But I started somewhere and I built. But I have a much larger subscriber base than a lot of people whose pages I see doing better than mine. And that's because they stayed consistent. I would be off on my other platforms creating content, TikTok, Instagram. So I might stop making content for 2 to 3 weeks on YouTube, thinking it's gonna blow up, and it don't. And when I said, you know what, well, look, I'm gonna sit down and take 2 months and really put the work in. And it is work. Don't think that you're about to get on here and ain't about to do no work, because it's work. You got to record, and some days you ain't gonna feel like record. Some days you ain't gonna know what you want to talk about. Some days you just not gonna be feeling it. You know what I mean? Like some days you might be obviously working a job, or you got a career and you doing this part-time. You ain't gonna feel like getting off and doing it, but preparation is key. If I usually prepare for my YouTube recordings, my Instagram, my TikTok, I usually prepare the night before or early in the day before. So by the time I sit down, I'm already ready. I'm already ready. So if you have, let's just say you work while you're at work on lunch or whatever, or when you chilling out in the crib on your day off, and that night you say, oh, I'm gonna do something, record the next day, start preparing the night before. Start finding out your topics, thinking about what you want to talk about. Stop worrying about whether it's going to be perfect or not. Just get in front of that camera, turn it on, start recording, and make it happen. One thing that I'm getting over right now is I'm not the best speaker, obviously, in the world. I'm not bad at it. I have a pretty decent vocabulary, but I'm trying to get better at speaking. I'm trying to be able to get my thoughts just to flow a little bit more. And in due time, they eventually will. But they usually tend to flow more when I'm talking about things that I love and I'm passionate about. So keep that in mind when you get on this platform, to make sure that you're focusing and talking about things that you actually care about. So that's my journey as a 40-plus-year-old YouTuber, content creator. I consider myself to be an Instagram and TikTok expert, because I've built up hundreds of thousands of subscribers or followers in a small amounts of time. It's fairly easy to me. I go live on certain days. It's just so many different strategies. Going forward, I will be making videos about how to build an Instagram page, how to build your TikTok fast, how to not get violations and get your page taken down, how to do a number of things. And we will be talking about YouTube, and I will be keeping you guys updated about our joining a YouTube monetization or becoming a YouTube partner and getting monetized, and just continue to talk about us building, growing our subscriber base, and getting our videos to get thousands of views as we do so. I thank y'all for tuning in. Love y'all. Appreciate the support. Please comment below. Let me know what y'all think. And if you have any questions, please drop them questions. I will answer them. If I don't answer them right then in the comment section, I will most likely make a video to answer those questions if I get enough people to ask about it. So once again, thank you. Love y'all. See you in the next video.